Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm back with the Stick It roller. This is a lint remover that's been going around on social media. I got a lot of requests for it. The name is new, but the design I've seen before. So let's see how it works in today's video. So you may have seen a video going around on social media extolling the virtues of the Stick It roller, and here it is. And if it looked familiar to you, you're not alone. It looks a lot like the Sticky Buddy that I reviewed 4 years ago, and it was a pretty old product back then. Even the handles are pretty much the same. This looks like an identical product. In fact, they each come with a mini version that also looks identical. So design-wise, I don't think the Stick It roller is particularly new, but I mean, everything about them, I mean, the bristles are about the same length, the handles look the same. So to me, they look pretty much the same. Now my Sticky Buddy is pretty old looking now. So I've had it for 4 years and it faded pretty badly. Look at that. It has like a yellow side and the rest is kind of whitish. Now I paid 25 bucks for this. This usually runs about 15, but the thing about the Sticky Buddy is it's hard to find. I ordered a new one of these direct from the manufacturer, hoping to compare it in this video. I got an email a couple weeks later saying it was out of stock. So cheaper doesn't matter if you can't find it, right? So we've got $25 versus $15, but much easier to find than this one. I'm gonna kind of follow the Stick It roller video that's been going around here. So what I did was I picked out the pair of shorts and the shirt that I have that are most prone to picking up pet hair. I went out back and had both my pets contribute some pet hair to the cause. So as you can see, I've got a pretty hairy shirt right here. The shorts are pretty hairy too. So what they say in the video for the Stick It roller is you can use it, and then when it gets full, you rinse it off with warm water and keep going. So I'll do half the shirt and the shorts with the Stick It roller. I'll rinse it off, dry it off, and try the other half after it's been rinsed. That'll give us a good idea of how reusable it really is. Now I like the Sticky Buddy actually quite a bit. The only reason I didn't keep using it long term is because I like the Hurricane Fur Wizard a little bit more. And this is a knockoff, not even the original. Now it's supposed to last 10 years, although this one only lasted about 4, it looks like. But they said if it starts losing its stickiness, you can just apply some Dawn dish soap, rub it in, rinse it off, and it should be good again. I'm gonna try the technique to the Sticky Buddy, see if I can rejuvenate it, because right now the Sticky Buddy, it's anything but sticky. So the way they show it is he does some lint on his demonstration board here. Then he puts it in some warm water with soap. They don't say to use the soap in the instructions. I've got some warm soapy water right here. Then you're supposed to wipe it off on a towel and keep going. That's what I'm gonna do. First things first, let's take this protective plastic off and we are ready to go. Now look how hairy that shirt is. This is terrible. The shorts are pretty bad too. We'll get to those a little bit later though. So I'm gonna do half the shirt, half the shorts, then rinse, dry off, and repeat. That is the plan. Here we go, on the shirt, the brand new Stick It roller. I'm gonna do half right now. Here we go. Well, that's pretty sticky. It actually lifted the shirt up. Wow, it works really well. Look at that, clean as a whistle. Look at that side versus this side. Very impressive in the first test. Do a little bit more. All right, that's pretty good. I'm very happy with that. That's a very impressive demonstration. Now let's go to the shorts. I've got it on both sides of these shorts here, but I'm just gonna do half for right now. And it looks like we got a little bit on the roller, but I guess we can keep going. Let's keep going. All right, looks like it's running out of steam here. It's not picking up everything. All right, I think it's full. It looks kind of full. Now next, on the website, they say to run it under hot water, but on the demonstration video, they've got warm soapy water. So I'm kind of sticking to the demonstration video. So he just dipped it in there, and then you just kind of dry it off on a white towel. Right, there we go. I think it's cleaned off. Let's try the other half of the shirt now that has been rinsed off. See what we got. Oh, it definitely sticks. It definitely sticks when you go back up again. All right, seems like it kind of got full again. I got almost the other half done, not even completely done. So the first one looked good, the second one looked good, but then up here it kind of ran out of steam. I'm not getting any more. Not getting much more. I gotta rinse it off again. Here we go. All right, overall, it's actually kind of impressive how much it removes, so I'm happy about that. Go back to these shorts now. I'm gonna try rinsing it off one more time here. I mean, it does pick it up until it gets full and then it just stops, and I'm also dripping on there too. See if I can tap out some of that water this way. It's working on the shorts. It's just, I'm also dripping on my shorts, so hopefully you don't want your clothes to not get wet. I'm getting them wet too. There's probably a technique for rinsing this off without getting so much water everywhere, but I continue to drip onto my clothes. Let's try the salt test with the mini here. Let's see what we got. Not bad, not bad. I think the original Sticky Buddy mini still works. Let's try that one. It works just about as well. Let's try a freshly washed off Stick It roller. Oh, very nice. It definitely works. Look how good that worked. The mini definitely works, but it's very mini. For a small job like that, very impressive actually. Got all that salt. And you can see the salt on the Stick It roller itself. Let's try some bigger crumbs now. These are some potato chips. And I've just rinsed this off, so let's see what we got. All right, so maybe for crumbs, it'll work. There's some crumbs on there, but it's not getting all of it. They were showing like some cereal. I don't think so. I'm probably say no on that. It did get some. It got the small ones, not the big chunks. Now I gotta clean this up. I'm gonna try a second round with another shirt and see how that goes. I have a recently rinsed off Stick It roller with a very hairy shirt. Let's see what we got. It's really good for small to medium jobs. I mean, look at that. That did a really nice job. This shirt was maybe a little bit more realistic. My first test might have been a little bit a little overboard, but look at that. That did a nice job. That was all one pass. I didn't have to rinse it off, so I think it did really nice. Now in their demonstration video, they say over time it's gonna lose the stickiness and you can apply some Dawn dish soap, work it into it, rinse it off, and it should be good as new. This is pretty beat up. I don't know if it's gonna apply to this. Let's see if I can revive my old Sticky Buddy with that technique. I got some Dawn dish soap on here. I'm rubbing it in. I'm scrubbing it. I'll just use the warm soapy water to rinse it off with. I'm gonna give it a full-on bath here. Just gently dry it off here. Let's try the salt test. Can we pick up anything with the Sticky Buddy? It didn't work before, let's try it now. And, oh, we got a little bit. We got a little bit. It's got a little bit of life left in it after the Dawn dish soap technique, so I do think it's gonna work. Let's try the new one to pick up the rest of that. That does work pretty well. It works well. I like it. My first test may have been a little bit rough on it, but I do think it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. That's probably why the Sticky Buddy was so popular for so long, because it does work, and now I think this is kind of taking up the mantle because this one's hard to find. This brush is designed for carpet and there's certain materials. It's pretty good for that, actually. I've used the Sticky Buddy version on and off throughout the years. It's not for an entire room, but if you got a patch with a lot of pet hair, pretty good for that. I wonder how it would work on this beanbag, which I actually use for my camera sometimes. It's kind of got a lot of lint and pet hair on it. Let's check that out. Oh, there you go. Looks pretty good. Once again, it worked. So in the end, I do think that the Stick It roller does work pretty much as advertised. For heavy jobs, maybe you have to go through a few passes. That becomes a bit of a task as you have to keep rinsing it off. And you have to make sure you get all the water off or you get your clothes wet. I think eventually it's gonna get less and less sticky. And if you have a lot to clean off, it's gonna be kind of a task to keep rinsing it off. But for small to medium jobs, I think it does great. It's a lot like the Sticky Buddy, which I really liked. So I do think it generally works as far as the advertising goes. I will say if they bring the Sticky Buddy back for 15 bucks, this at 25 might be in trouble. But I do think the Stick It roller does work. But if you've tried the Stick It roller or the Sticky Buddy, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. Well, hey, I gotta say, these first two swipes are pretty impressive. I kind of like this, and it's not picking up that much hair anymore. It seems like I need to rinse it off. Well, the hair's coming off, so that's good. There we go. Of the three I've done so far, I got this one, the cleanest of them. There's almost no pet hair left. There's a little bit. So even though it took 2 passes, it did a pretty good job. Never used this one before, but I kind of like it.